Working this hard for a reason. Been a minute trying to make it right. Saying, baby, this is our season. No, I ain't taking that. I'm swimming this long in the deep end.
What up, doe? Welcome to the Hus-Band Show podcast, where husbands band together and talk about everything from love, life, and to laughs. I'm your moderator, Perry.
I'm Trouble T. Roy. It's your boy Vince.
All right, we got a little audience in the house today. Yeah, got
Studio audience.
Yeah, we got Jordan over here taking pictures.
Taking pics.
Yeah, that's his baby. And he's really not a baby because he's 21.
No more babies.
I got both my nieces in the house. Kayla. Hey, Kayla. Got Ariana. Hey, Ariana.
What's up?
All right. And Blue is behind the scenes running everything.
Blue.
Yeah. All right. So we had a topic, but we figured we switch it up a little bit since the babies are down here. Well, they grown ass adults, but still, they babies to us. So one of them had it. My niece Kayla had the idea. She said, let's talk about generational curses. Clearly, that's something they want to know about. And that's something we know about.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
It's a cop-out for a lot of motherfuckers. So, Brother Troy, you know how we do this thing.
Yeah, brother.
What you got?
So, the generational curse shit, first of all, I don't believe in curse.
Okay.
You don't? I'm just going to keep it real. I don't believe in no spells, no curses.
So, like, you can't put roots on nobody or none of this? Okay. I thought I was by myself, but go ahead.
I don't believe in none of that shit.
Okay.
But I do say there's a generational trap.
Okay.
Right, I'll rephrase it. You know what I mean? Yeah, it happens. And I'm going to tell you how it's easy. Because it's real easy to do what's comfortable. Right? So it's easy to see what your pops did for a living and say, damn, that shit worked. He ain't really have to struggle too much. I ain't got to study as much. I can do that.
Right.
That's somewhat of a trap.
Mm-hmm.
Generational trap.
It's more to life than that.
Because there's only so much money you're going to make doing what your pops did.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. And if you don't open that jar where it becomes a new ceiling, everybody behind you going to be caught in that trap.
Yeah.
Right?
It's true.
The uncomfortable part is having to study and having to go to school and having to do the hard shit. Mm-hmm. Working for a job that don't pay you as much. Going through the struggle to try and get on. That's the uncomfortable part. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But if you don't do that, you don't open up them avenues and the driveways, so to speak, for the ones behind you to follow. Right? Because it's still all about dreaming. Mm-hmm. And my dreams is only going to be as realistic as the people in my family. Or the people that I can actually see and touch.
Mm-hmm. Tangible shit.
That's where your dreams really start from.
Yeah.
Right? So if everybody in my family work at Ford, and the best thing I'm gonna see is, life. And don't get me wrong, you can live good on a factory salary.
Yeah, no, it ain't no shots. Yeah, no shots.
But if the best thing that I can see is living on a factory salary, then that means my kids' dreams is limited, right? Because my dream is just to do what my daddy just did.
Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm.
That's a case. We're gonna put the ceiling on that.
Like it's not so much a generational curse, but like the dope boys, that's easy. You do shit in proximity, right? Mm-hmm. So I've never been the one to like idolize or look up to like the dope boys because that's easy. Like the hard shit is getting out here and competing in this fucking world with motherfuckers that don't want you to win. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like it's all kind of trap set up for you not to win. That's hard. And if you can succeed doing that shit, that says a lot. So I always looked at that's not a generational curse. It's just, to me, it's just being lazy. Because it's easy. Sell some dope in the hood.
It's easy. That shit ain't that easy though, man. That sounds easy.
It sounds easy.
That shit is not easy by any means.
And I'm not going to lie.
So you talking about the getting killed or going to jail part?
No, just the hustling.
That's like a big part of that shit.
Hustle. I know cats who did that shit like a fucking job. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. They had shifts. Motherfuckers wore fake uniforms, the whole nine. Yeah. So I'm not gonna front. When I was a younger dude, I did kind of idolize that
We
shit.
all tried to do something.
Yeah.
It just never panned out.
I love the aesthetics.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There you go. What
I ain't
came
never
with-
know nobody in my family ever had a Benz.
Yeah.
Before I saw one riding
how
on the block
hard
and
it
who was
is.
in it.
See, this is the thing about what a lot of young folks don't understand, man. That getting money shit sound good, right? Everybody want, like you just said, y'all grew up looking at wanting to do that shit.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you something, man. When you actually got cash, it's harder to deal with the cash than you think,
Yeah, I know.
right? Because you can't just go spend that shit anywhere,
No.
and then you can't let everybody know you got it,
got the shit.
right? So every day of your life you spend worrying if this dude gonna tell on me, this chick gonna set me up,
Am I gonna get
my
robbed?
homeboys gonna slip. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole lot of shit all the time when it comes to that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now young and thinking about, man, I want to get down. That shit sounds great
Yeah.
until all of the shit that really come with that get involved, right? People knock on your door. Now you're in a situation.
Right.
You tell on somebody,
Or you just get locked up and motherfuckers think you gonna tell on somebody.
You ain't
know
got no
what I'm saying?
choice, man. They lock your ass up and let you back out for a reason.
Yeah.
You got fleas. I mean, just listen. I would tell anybody, fuck that. You
Yeah.
know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Walk away. Yeah.
Fuck that. Don't do it because it's more headache. It's more headache, to come with that shit, and it's lifelong shit.
Yeah.
That's real shit, man. They give you some time for that shit nowadays, man. Where you come back, your ass got gray hair like me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Fuck that.
So that's not so much. Well, I guess that is. Is it a generational curse?
If you
Because
can- if
No,
you
see your
it's a
father and
trap.
your
It ain't a
uncle-
curse.
Yeah.
Tell
If
you,
you
it's a
continue
trap.
it.
And the trap is the people that's already done showed them. And that's really not even a part of the trap. Because anybody who actually getting some money, they telling anybody listening that's under them not to do what they doing. Because that shit bring a lot of stress.
Some
I don't
of
give a fuck what nobody say.
Yeah.
Your ass gonna die young, just stressed the fuck out.
Right.
People owe you money.
You got to
it's just
try
a
to
whole lot of
collect,
shit to
because
come
if you
with that.
don't, not what you look like in the hood.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Image.
It's a lot of shit come with that,
Yeah.
man. You know what I mean? So, yeah, nah.
Image. I just knew I wasn't cut out for that shit. I saw what that shit did to people that I love. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, a little weed. I can sell a little weed here and there. But as far as like crack, it was the 90s.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And I saw what that shit did. I saw successful people lose every fucking thing they had. You know what I mean?
Dude, I drove.
And I knew a lady who, I got a homeboy who told a story about when he was hustling. And he had this one customer, he would go to her crib and sell her shit because she had a little bread. He found out that she was actually sprinkling crack in her baby formula for her daughter to keep her daughter from fucking crying all night.
Oh, damn. They should lock her ass up, man, for some shit like that.
I'm just saying.
Be in jail.
Yeah.
That shit was just so grimy. That was the part that I couldn't get with.
And like I tell like the younger dudes that work with us, I was like, man, like it sounds so fucking cliche and it just sounds like a story y'all done heard a million times. But we saw what crack did to our neighborhood.
From
Man,
the
crack-
beginning
crack
to the end.
infiltrated every single family.
We
man.
was doing good.
Yeah.
Would you
in
say
every
we were
family.
doing
Yeah.
good?
Yeah.
Families
In
was
every
doing good. Everybody going to work, going to school, shit like that. They brought crack into the neighborhood,
That
man.
shit hit every family. Every
Motherfuckers stopped going to
It
work.
affected every family.
People
It-
stopped going to school, man. You got guys, mothers out here doing stuff for
Yeah.
crack and
Yeah.
bruh, they destroyed. They literally destroyed our fucking neighborhood.
But see, that ain't a part of the real trap, man.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. The real trap, because if you really peel the back of that shit, dog, only, a small percentage of people actually got involved with selling drugs.
Yeah,
It wasn't a whole lot of people, like, it wasn't everybody just out there selling drugs.
yeah.
It was a small percentage of the people actually doing the shit, right? So the real trap was the people that was going to work every day, right? The trap was the kids like me that saw a 2-household family and actually saw and experienced what we thought was success.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because again, my daddy had a job, my mama had a job. We wasn't hurting for shit, and my dreams could have been stuck right there at 8110 Wickham, and that 1,400 square foot, 1,200 square foot, however big that little ass house was.
Little ass
My dreams could have been stuck right there. You know what I'm saying? But my mama saw way bigger than that shit.
Yeah.
And my mama was like, "Oh no, you this ain't
And then coming,
there's more shit to come."
yeah, coming from that. So here's another generational curse, I guess we could say, is this new thing of this baby daddy, baby mama bullshit.
Well,
Like, everybody thinks this is the fucking wave. But you're actually putting yourself behind the fucking 8 ball
All
with
day.
that shit.
All day.
Because if you actually were with, and shit happens, man. So we know that. You know, I'm a victim of, I say victim of divorce.
He said,
But
Victim.
so we know shit happens. That's no biggie. But it's almost like I think we're getting to a place where everybody thinks that's the route to go, and that's fucking not, man.
okay, so let's start.
that's damn near epidemic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not to cut you off.
I'm going to read the definition.
Hmm?
Okay, ancestral sin, generational sin, or ancestral fault is the doctrine that individuals inherit the judgment for the sin of their ancestors. It exists primarily as a concept in Mediterranean religions. Generational sin is also referenced in the Bible.
I believe in generational sin.
I do too.
You know, I believe that there is hereditary traits that are extremely negative, that people just do it because that's what they've been told. You know what I'm saying? I believe in all of that shit. And that's a part of the trap that we can change. And that's one of the good things about social media, is because social media, the younger kids don't have to experience the shit through book or somebody telling them.
Yeah.
They can physically see the
And
shit.
they can get it faster.
You know what I'm saying? And they can get it faster.
Consume it way
So
better.
that's a huge help when it comes to that area.
Yeah.
Because that'll help trap that's what helped change some of mindsets. You know what I'm saying? So I'll give you an example. I know a dude that told me, and he meant this shit. My granddaddy and his daddy was pimps. I'm
So
like,
I'm a pimp. It's in my blood. I come from pimping.
nigga, what?
Dumbest shit in the world.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the kind of shit I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like, hold on. If your mindset is if even if your granddaddy actually did teach you this negative ass shit,
Okay.
right?
Shame on him.
Shame on him.
Yeah.
But at some point in your life, you had to think, my granddaddy was pretty stupid with this shit. You know what I mean? Like, this ain't nothing I'm finna tell my son.
Nah.
Because again, social media ain't with that pimping shit.
Right.
No, they
Right.
shut
So you ain't
down.
finna see no bunch of pimps on social media. Don Juan,
Maybe.
but he
Yeah,
ain't
this
pimping.
new
You know what I
generation,
mean?
they'll
Right.
get you the fuck out of here.
Oh yeah.
They'll get
You
you
dig what I'm
the fuck
saying?
out of here.
So that's not something that's cool no more.
So should we continue to call it a generational curse, or is it just a cycle repeating itself?
It's a trap, man. It's us limiting the abilities for them to dream, man.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's the inability for the youth to see reality
Yeah.
right in front of them.
Yeah.
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 Because what
Because
they
you
get
got to
on
be
that
a
social
dreamer.
media
Like,
shit
you
is
gotta
fake,
have dreams. You got to, dude.
Yeah.
You got to be driven by your shit.
and we gotta let them dream.
Yeah, and fuck what people say, and don't be worrying about everybody else. And think, I know that's so easy to say, but it's a lot harder to do. But you can't be worried about everybody else.
Yeah.
You're gonna look how much time you're gonna waste worrying about what people think instead of thinking of some shit and putting that shit
And
in
putting that
action.
shit in, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, my son was an excellent football player. But it came a point in his life where football wasn't as important to him as his thing that he loved.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that he actually loved is photography.
Okay.
He got big ass dreams
Mm-hmm.
about photography.
Okay.
He don't got no big ass dreams about playing football. That wasn't no dream.
And
of
he
his.
was good at this.
That was
shit.
my dream.
Yeah.
And that was his fulfillment of, you know what, my pops want me to do this shit, but I really like this shit over here.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? And for a lot of time, I limited that dream.
Okay.
Because I was so focused on, man, you better make sure your ass doing this. You better
Yeah,
make sure you
yeah,
do woo, woo, woo. You know what I'm saying? It took to the end of his college career for me to actually realize, you know what, man, you take the top off the damn jar and let this boy fly.
Yeah,
You
let
know what
him
I'm saying?
be him.
Because the shit he want to do, he actually pretty good at the shit.
Yeah.
And if you believe in him and he believe in himself, now this motherfucker got some confidence.
Yeah.
You know
That's
what I'm
the
saying?
key.
Take
That's
the
the
lid off the jar and let him go. You know, that's the part of the trap.
Yeah.
You know, the easy part is, man, go get your ass a college degree and get you a job.
Right.
Ain't that what we've been told?
Right.
Get you a job, buy you a house. Because that's what we've been told.
That's all we've been told. All
Who told us that shit was right?
Yeah.
Actually, how do we know that shit was right?
Right.
Because there's entrepreneurs right now that work at Ford,
Yeah.
that work as a nurse, doing shit they hate every day of their life.
Every day.
Because nobody took that top off the jar and said,
Yeah.
you know what?
You're right.
Dream to be something
Right.
else.
And just even with starting the pod, dude, I was like, God damn, man, I'm 50 years old. I want to start a podcast. I like, that's corny. I said, no, the fuck it's not. Because of the simple fact, ain't nobody talking about what we talk. You don't have fathers and husbands just sitting around being vulnerable as hell,
And them motherfuckers our age.
talking about real shit that young men and women can see, latch on to, and be like, I remember when they said this, I'm not doing that shit. Or, oh, this is a good idea to go this route and do it like this instead of, you know what I'm saying? So, and I you would think that I would have a lot of people like hit me up and like, man, the people that I want to do it, the people I think should be doing it,
Yeah.
don't hear a fucking peep from.
Don't hear fucking people. I know.
People on the outside,
I know.
man, they don't do nothing but praise us.
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
I know.
It's,
I know.
It's
Well, it's all about bringing that real shit, man.
yeah.
know. And it's all about bringing shit that people want to talk about.
I don't want to leave this motherfucker known as a good ass truck driver. Like, boy, that nigga could drive a truck.
Shame.
You hear me?
Yeah.
He
You know
put
what?
that motherfucker in gear and it would go.
It would go.
That's not.
It would go.
I don't want to. I'm not leaving this bitch.
I told you what did it for me was when my niece a couple weeks ago opened up YouTube and our shit popped up and she was like, "Oh, I didn't know you were on this show." And I'm
As
like,
if her
"What
little
the
ass
fuck
watching
5-year-old ass know about this show?" So when I'm gone, that shit gonna be there forever.
And that's
Yeah,
another
yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah.
So, like we've already talked about, we don't have our parents, and all we got is pictures.
Yeah.
Look at what your kids don't have.
Yeah.
Look at what my kids don't have. Nobody's gonna be able to tell our story because all you got to do is come on this channel,
Right.
and you'll know how we fucking think. Nobody can tell our story. We got something to leave behind.
And I'm telling you, man, as the older I get, the more open-minded I become.
Me too.
You know what I'm saying?
Me
A lot of
too.
shit I used to be small-minded too. You know what I'm saying? A lot of you
Yep.
think back like, man,
Yep.
what the fuck was on your mind, man? You know what I mean? Some of them situations.
Yeah.
Man, you got to open this thing up.
Yeah.
Because after we gone, they got to see something different. There used to be a time when nobody talked about a flying car. We thought that shit was the Jetsons and all of that.
God, talking
That
to
shit is
somebody
about
on
to be
your
reality.
on a phone out in the world and you can see
You
him.
FaceTime in this shit.
Right.
What was that?
Now imagine if somebody would tell him, "Hey man, ain't nobody gonna do that shit in life.
Yeah.
There ain't gonna be nobody looking at their phone doing no damn." Man, I'm gonna just tell y'all some real shit. I was working in banking, and at the time, man, cash, it wasn't no credit cards.
Okay.
Unless your ass had good credit, wasn't no, and we used to be pushing our tellers. My job, I was the manager, so my job was to make sure that we sold credit cards and home equity line of credits and all that kind of shit, right? So, man, I got tellers pushing credit cards applications every single day. Denied. We had this bank rep come in one day. This capital rep come in one day, and he said, "Man, you know what? The way of the world gonna be, all while y'all getting all these denied applications. Imagine what happens when you tell these people that you just gonna transfer their savings account back to their checking account, and you're gonna give them a credit card." Like, man, what? Ain't nobody gonna go for that shit. And he said it's gonna be a time, man, where everybody's gonna have a credit card and no one's gonna have no cash.
Yeah.
We tripping on this, dude. Man, if you don't get what?
I can't
This
recall
is
the
like
last time I had some
2003, 2004.
cash.
He's really telling us, man, listen, I'm telling you, this is where we're going, man. 99 scared everybody because we went through that Y2K thing in 1999. So it kind of scared everybody. But he said, man, listen, and again, this is 2004. He's like, listen, man, it's going to be a time where everybody's going to have a credit card. There ain't going to be no cash.
Yeah.
And we ain't going to have to run no credit check.
Yeah.
We're just going to use their bank account.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy though? Were y'all even born in 99? 97? I know he wasn't. What about you?
No.
03? Same as him. Boy, we really thought the world was gonna fucking end, didn't we?
We did.
Oh, in 99?
They had us shook.
I'm going to tell you.
What was that like? Where were y'all?
They had us shook. First of all, Prince already had us
Right.
with 1999, and that shit came out in the 80s.
Why does everybody have a bomb?
We was like, oh my god! And then they had songs that you could play his backwards and
Right.
say certain words. So we was like, oh, he knows
But that's
what he's
every
talking
song.
about. Yeah.
And you can do that shit on every.
Everybody
I
shit.
dumb ass
But-
thinking that was some new shit.
Yeah, we really was shook.
Yeah.
in '99, like for real, we was like 2000 coming.
I remember
It was
New
knowing
Year's
you,
Eve.
buddy.
Nice knowing you.
I remember New Year's Eve, 1999. I lived in Kansas City, Missouri. Me and my wife, my son was born in 1999.
Okay.
Man, we sitting there chilling and shit, thinking, you know, tomorrow gonna be the same, ain't gonna be no change. But what if?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So we done stocked up. We got candles and you know, we done got canned goods. We done stocked up.
Yeah, just in case.
Got cash instead, you know. We just in case some shit pop up.
Yeah.
I don't think we
Didn't do no kicking it on the New Year's Eve. None of that.
We going.
I know some cats who was stockpiling ammo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The whole nine. Because the whole concept was that computers and the World Bank, shit like that, couldn't read past 1999. So 2000 was going to be
That was it. The world was over.
the end.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask, is there supposed to be an apocalypse?
It was, and then there was some cults that, you remember, what was
yeah.
the one cult in
The-
California?
What they said, so the
Nike Air
behind that shit
code.
was the computers. Right. They thought that computers was gonna have to reset.
Reset, yeah.
Right, because it wasn't programmed to go to the year 2000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what
dumbest
came with
shit
the
in world.
Y2K.
It's just numbers.
It didn't shit happen.
That
woke
is
up the next
AI,
morning
if you think
and-
about
It is.
It's AI.
It is.
So they were afraid that it wasn't going to be smart enough to recognize the zeros.
The zero.
and,
That's crazy.
And that's how
But
they
then-
scared everybody.
Think about this. 2 years later, we thought the world might end. 2001?
Yeah.
9/11?
Yeah.
We thought that shit.
Yeah.
You never knew.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was some different shit.
Well, that was the
That was a
The time
calendar.
clock.
Yeah, the calendar.
The watch.
what is it?
What is it called?
Aztec, not Aztec.
No, the
Mayan calendar.
calendar.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
thought we was out of here again, but that's all bullshit. So, all right, I don't know how the hell we got there, but I wanted to ask a question. Just trying to stay in the generational curse lane. Your thoughts on divorce? Like, flat the fuck out. Like, we never really talked about that. We talked about us being divorced, me
Right.
and John, the last episodes. What's your thought? Like, is it like it's no fucking guarantee? Like, it's not happening. We dying in this motherfucker, and I don't give a fuck if we mad when we do it.
Nah, I don't feel like
Have
that.
you ever thought about it?
We've talked about it.
Okay.
We've talked about it, and I've thought about it. Yeah, I don't feel like it's to, I'm gonna
Yeah.
die in this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But because I think we were friends for so long,
Yeah.
before getting married or whatever. So we will always be friends no matter what. And we both mature enough to be able to handle the after part of it. But I don't really want to imagine. I couldn't imagine that shit actually happening.
And that's the thing with me and Monique. Like, we have never even talked about this.
Nah,
It's never come up. It's never been a threat. Now we will beef, and we might not talk for fucking 4 or 5 days or some shit like
No
that.
doubt.
But that's never been something, like, never.
Right.
In 23 years, never talked, never had that conversation.
Well, we've gotten to that line a couple times, but we never really considered pushing the button on that shit. You know what I mean? But no, it ain't like they say in New Orleans, graveyard love.
Yeah,
Baby. It ain't graveyard love. You know what I mean? If you want to leave, bounce.
Yeah, because I think, and the only reason I asked is because I think, like, our parents, that was like, fuck it.
Yeah.
It's over, motherfucker.
It's over.
Bye, bitch.
Right.
Like,
For
they
some,
didn't
for
care.
some of them, but then too, like you had women from that generation, you know what I mean, that was willing to do anything for their man, like put up with any kind of bullshit just to keep the family
Yeah,
together.
you're right.
See what I'm saying?
And keep their man, period.
Right.
Yeah, you're right.
Right.
Well, and see, that's another thing.
Hey.
So, we got somebody.
We're talking about generational curses.
Who is this?
You know who this is.
Chris.
No, Chris.
Uh-oh.
Everybody hates Chris. This is LaVinson.
Vincent.
Yeah. What's up? We talking about generational curses. We have some young people in the studio, and they brought that subject up, and I figured you would be perfect for it.
Okay, sounds good.
So, what do you feel
Who
about
we talking
gener-
to, first of all?
This is Lanika. I'm sorry, this is my homegirl Lanika from high school.
What's up? Give us some of your resume.
You on
shorty.
speaker now?
Okay, hey y'all.
What's up?
How you doing?
Generational curses.
Okay.
Generational curses have various definitions from my experience. Some people refer to generational curses as habits and thought processes that have been passed down through generations. Some refer to generational curses as trauma from your ancestors that's actually encoded in your DNA.
Whoa.
And then you also have real curses where somebody has done some conjuring, some magic, spell work, witchcraft, whatever you want to call it, on a particular bloodline. Or it's an energetic backlash from your bloodline doing that to someone else at some point in time.
Okay.
They
Okay.
can be broken through subconscious reprogramming. Hypnotherapy is my favorite.
Okay.
For that. And if it's something energetic, like I said, something done with, left hand path magic or dark magic, something like that, you can settle that by embracing that karma and clearing it. And there's several different ways you can clear that karma to kind of neutralize that energy, whether that energy has been put on your bloodline or that energy is an energetic backlash of your bloodline putting it on somebody else.
Okay. So yeah, we were just kind of hashing it out.
Yeah. We definitely need to get you on the show.
Yeah, you got to be in studio.
I'm all for it. When y'all gonna do the next taping? Because
We doing one right now.
Look, if I had known, I would have drove my butt up there.
Well, all right. Okay. So we're planning for the next time. But so you're saying with generational curses, it could be mental, physical, and spiritual, basically?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And
It can be any of the three, and it can be all three.
you have a question?
No, I'm saying I want to be on this next podcast for her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead. We have a question from the young lady.
Okay.
She want to know why my boy Perry twisted his lips when you talked about the Conjuring.
Because he probably doesn't believe
Right,
in
I
it,
don't believe.
yet at the same time, it's
She
fearful
can look at me
of it.
too, and I'm there.
Yeah, Troy don't believe
She lost
in
me
it.
on that.
Okay, so you got two non-believers.
Okay, that's fine. If either
don't
of
believe in
those
magic.
non-believers were to study physics, quantum physics, and metaphysics, then they could
Sister,
see
I'm
how
good on
it
physics.
actually happens.
Okay.
Because when you speak it in those terms, it makes the most sense.
Yeah, well,
Did you hear that?
the way she just broke it down, I'm listening.
Okay.
She got my
It does.
attention.
It makes people because when indigenous peoples,
There we go.
including indigenous, like for instance, the Celtic culture or the Nordic cultures, they practice witchcraft too.
Them
They
damn
were
Vikings.
Pagan only means that you're not a part of the three monotheistic religions, the Abrahamic religions. So before Rome, the Empire of Rome and Council of Nicaea and all of that got going and was like, hey, we need to be able to control large masses of people. Most cultures, subcultures, small cultures, whatever the hell was going on, everybody on the planet did things in sync with nature.
Right.
Because nature shows you, if you pay attention to it, nature shows you exactly how energy works in our universe and on our planet. So, with that being said, with the Roman Empire wanting to control large masses of people, they had to figure out a way to get these people, get these cultures to stop doing that.
Yeah.
Because that's what gives you your freedom. When you live in accordance to nature and the laws of the universe, energetic laws, also known as the Hermetic principles or the first 7 universal laws, you really can't be controlled.
Yeah, you can't be
You
bound
really
to this earthly
can't
bullshit.
fall
Yeah.
under, the veil or the illusions that government and certain religions try to put on you in order to keep you controlled. So they demonized witchcraft. They demonized conjuring. And it's been taught for thousands of years now that it either does not exist or it's going to send you straight to hell. Either way, it's just to deter you from using it when this was a way of life for everybody on this planet at one point.
Right.
Blue,
And
what
everything
we just talking
flowed,
about that?
in harmony with nature.
Yeah.
Everything would balance itself out.
They
So-
called what we used to practice in Africa voodoo, so we would shy away from it.
Right.
It's not
Right.
voodoo.
Right.
It's not a bad
They
thing.
took what was natural for us. I'm gonna beat your ass.
Me?
Get off my kitchen counter.
Oh, you talking?
I told you earlier today, every time you hop on something in my kitchen, you ain't got no business in my kitchen. You going
That's
to
the
jail.
cat.
That's the cat.
Yes, that's my cat. Night, night, Nami.
Nah, that was funny.
Okay,
Sorry,
so
y'all.
a couple weeks ago we talked, and you told me how you feel like you choose your parents. You remember that?
Absolutely.
Really?
Absolutely.
Listen to him.
So, yes.
No, go ahead.
Who listen? Oh, okay. I have the floor. Cool.
Go.
So, each soul has multiple incarnations into the physical realm. You have a different body. You have a different circumstance that you're born into, different social status, different talents, abilities, disabilities, all that. It changes almost every single lifetime. When you die, your soul leaves this physical vessel and it goes into another realm. Some people call it the astral realm, some people call it the spiritual realm, but it is a realm that vibrates just a little bit higher than the physical realm. When you're in that realm, that's when you decide what you're gonna do your next incarnation. And when you get ready, and there are different theories about this. One of my favorite hypnotherapists, Dolores Cannon, has done several sessions where she's recorded people doing past life regression hypnosis, and they can actually see some of their past lives. Okay. And they can see the process, and it's like all of them are saying the same thing. You know, they can see that process of going to the council, as it's called, and you choose which lifetime and timeline you're going to enter into next, because y'all know time is relative, right?
Right.
Everything, past, present, and future, is all happening at the same freaking time. So you get to choose which timeline you go to. So in that in that designing process, so to speak, you choose your parents, you choose your race, your gender, how you look, the obstacles that you're going to have to face during that lifetime, as well as the triumphs.
So you saying I chose to be this pretty?
Oh,
Yeah, so big, 'cause I know I
You
did
telling me
that.
I chose to be a nigga? I could have been a white man and lived my dream.
And you probably did that at the expense of other people, which is why you had to come back.
Oh,
you
you
chose
go.
to
Okay,
come back
all right,
black so
okay.
that you could even
You got me.
escape.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
So that happens a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Look at Troy. Troy.
Man, I wish I could see. Man, I wish I was.
Yeah, you need to get over here.
Hey,
Yeah,
let's
I
table.
was
Let's
about
table
to-
I'm
until we
open.
can get you in here.
Yeah, I'm open to
That
learning.
sounds great.
Okay.
Troy believe what the fuck
That
he
sounds
believe, and that's gonna be
absolutely
it.
great.
All right. Don't bring the cat because his dog's over here.
Yeah, don't do that.
I'm not bringing that cat. As soon as my
Yeah.
son gets
So
back
we
from his
definitely
dad's
need
house,
you
I'm
here.
gonna cuss him out because this is his cat, not mine.
Okay,
Yeah.
fine.
So you got an open invitation. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Please
sauce.
follow through.
Please let
And-
me know when you guys are going to be
Yeah.
available. Matter of fact, if you're available next weekend, I will be.
Yeah, we are.
We are.
We're
Yeah.
doing it every
Okay,
weekend.
bet.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll
And
check
you
back
can
with.
say, look, and don't be no stranger, man. I ain't even recognize the number. Let
I
me
know.
lock this in for real.
You
Because
told
every time
me-
I say I'm a lock, look, and I be like, yeah, I'm gonna lock it in, and then I get distracted.
And
All
don't
right.
lock it in.
I got you.
Y'all see how my
Yeah,
mind
come
works.
on, Chris.
Be all over
Come
the
on,
place.
Chris. I'm not Chris. But anyway, I'm gonna hit you later on in the week, though. Okay.
All right, hun.
All right, baby.
All right.
Talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Man, all right, Troy. Because this nigga ain't never this quiet. So I got to hear what you got to say. Because that nigga was over there like this. Now, I'm not a believer in the, you can put roots on somebody, reincarnation. I don't believe in that shit. It's maybe because I haven't seen anything to make me. I'm open, but
I don't believe in that shit.
Okay.
Man.
You don't?
I do not at all.
So what's your stance? When you die, that's it.
Where do you go? It's blank.
nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
I have a question.
That's the whole thing.
Would you get your palm read?
No, hell no.
Are you
No,
against
I don't
knowing
do-
the future?
I don't practice none of that. No.
Because it's almost like you inviting some shit
Yeah,
in that you shouldn't.
I don't deal with that.
You know
shit
what I'm
at
saying?
all.
Yeah.
I'm keeping it real. I just,
But I feel
that's-
like if you
But that
if
means
you
you believe in it if you wouldn't do it.
right.
no, I don't believe in it at all, and I'm not gonna practice that. I'm not even gonna put myself in a situation where any kind of negative shit like that can be in my life.
I understand.
Because you
But
might
do
find out something you don't want to know. You know what I'm saying?
It ain't that I
that's
don't
something
wanna know.
You don't want to know it. Yeah.
How you know the shit that they telling you is gonna be some, you know what I'm saying?
You don't ask me because I don't believe
It
shit.
sounds like you just don't believe
No, I believe in Jesus Christ. I am a Christian. I don't believe in witchcraft, magic, any of those things.
But see, ain't nobody ever seen him either.
Not
We haven't.
nobody. And who's
Nobody
to say?
we know.
And how can you say turning water into wine ain't magic?
That's with religion too. She's saying like, you know, everyone's being led by religion. If you just live by
And all
nature,
you care
there's
about,
nothing
yeah,
to control
yeah,
those beliefs,
that's
you know what
right.
I'm saying?
Like the Moors. That's their thing.
Hey.
They are not bound to none of these fucking
None of
laws.
Yeah, well, the Moorish Americans come from where?
After.
I don't know. I just know some of them niggas here.
They come from prison, bro.
Oh, okay. I don't fucking know. All I know is they are
Fight for
not
some of
bound.
them niggas in there.
Yeah, okay.
But I'm gonna keep it real. Now, no disrespect to them at all,
Right.
because you know what I'm saying they 100%. Now, hey, you want to talk about religion and somebody who believe in what they believe in? Them brothers strict to that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's on the real. Them brothers are strict to that. That's what they believe in.
And that brings
and
into question, like, would you die for what you believe in?
of course, you'll die for anything at this point.
No, you wouldn't.
I know.
So you don't believe in nothing so strong that you would say, hey,
Fuck no. Nothing. Why should my death be the catalyst for something I believe?
No,
That's
in a
crazy.
In a greater sense, I kind of feel like that's kind of crazy too.
Yeah, nah.
Like,
but so okay,
I would die if I knew it was gonna make a change. Now, if it's
Shit.
not gonna change nothing, then
Y'all had all this time.
I'm saying, 'cause I-
the only thing I would die for is them.
Oh, well, well, you didn't.
I mean, I'm just saying.
I thought we were talking about.
But no. I'm saying I wouldn't die for some shit that I've been taught.
no.
You know what I mean? 'Cause how the fuck do I know the teacher was on point?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just like I don't pledge allegiance to the flag.
And see, that's the thing,
I was
man.
about to say that.
Again, you got to go back to the
No.
teacher.
I didn't.
Yeah.
Right.
There you
You got to
go.
go back to the teachings, and you got to go back to foundation. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, we all got to get a chance to make our own choice.
Right.
But if you got a foundation that's solid with fact, that's something you can deal
You
with.
hang your head
Right.
on that shit.
And you got to have faith. That's what faith means.
Yeah.
Faith don't mean just talking about it.
Yeah.
Faith mean, you know what? You right. I ain't never seen this dude. I ain't never physically seen God, Jesus. I've never seen that.
Yeah.
But I believe he exists. You know what I'm saying? Because the transitions in
And
my
it leads
life.
you down the right path, and that's cool. That's fine. But now, if you try to get me in some shit, and y'all talking about some, all right, at 12 o'clock midnight, we all gonna drink this shit, and we out of here. You got me fucked up.
No, that's some Jim Jones shit. man. I'm not down with that.
Yeah,
I ain't
you
gonna
got
do
me
that.
fucked up.
Not at all. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna do no shit
Yeah,
like that
yeah,
at all.
Yeah, no.
You know.
But then you have people like Dr. King who believed in what he was doing so
Bruh, and
strongly.
he knew what his outcome was gonna be.
Right. He sacrificed
man.
himself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
And if he could see these niggas now,
Oh my God,
he'd
he'd
be
be
like,
so
I
disappointed.
fucked up.
He would be so disappointed. He would be so
Oh, my
disappointed.
God, man.
I don't think he'd be disappointed, man. I think he would realize that, we missed. There was a section of us that missed the point.
Mm-hmm.
But it was
And
designed
because
for
of
us to
that,
fail.
we
Right.
got that. You know.
Right.
What I'm saying?
Look at the crack
Yeah,
that they
yeah,
put into our community.
Dude, you got to think about it. Think about Detroit before crack came. Like, and I know it's probably like that down here too,
Oh, yeah.
because there was a lot of plants down here.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, black people were doing fucking amazing. They were
good.
making money, buying homes, like investing in the areas that they lived in. You know how.
But
it was in
crack ain't
Detroit.
killed Detroit, right?
Who did it then?
The white flight was what killed Detroit.
Why they
But you
run
say
though?
that for
And
any
I'm gonna
city.
tell you what else killed Detroit. It wasn't just crack. Crack actually.
Don't say what you about to say.
Listen.
Don't say that shit. Don't you dare say that shit you about to say, Troy.
So listen. The drug community created revenue, and those dollars ultimately came back to a lot of them neighborhoods.
Yeah.
They came with small businesses. They came with other shit that was attached. Detroit had a stigma of the crack era is what destroyed Detroit. That shit did not. I was there. I was
too.
knee deep in that shit. And listen, we was in a cat and mouse game.
Yeah,
Your ass
I
was
was
the
on one
police,
side and
and
you
I
was
was on the other side of that shit, right?
Right,
So I'm
right,
telling you from the other side of that shit.
Okay.
Okay. That ain't what destroyed Detroit. What destroyed Detroit was, we got a neighborhood. Say you got a block that got, you know how the blocks in Detroit go. You got 3-4 blocks before you go to the next big
the
intersection.
next crew or nigga or whatever, yeah.
So each one of them, it might be fucking 40 houses, 50 houses on that street.
Okay.
But what destroyed Detroit was the majority of those houses used to be white owned. And then when the drugs came in, the black owned houses, became more, they started getting money around them, right? So it became more problems. White folks moved to Livonia. They moved to Redford. They started moving a little bit further away. Those houses weren't being replaced as fast as they was leaving.
Right.
So they become renter homes. Not every renter home became a crack house.
Right.
It was people with legitimate jobs and all that shit renting them houses. They just wasn't taking care of them.
Because
Dogging their shit out.
Yeah.
Because it's not
You know what I'm
yours.
saying? But it was easy to blame, just like Devil's Night. It was easy to blame it on crack to go burn down a bunch of abandoned ass buildings. Crack ain't do that shit.
Right.
And people who smoke crack didn't do that shit.
Nah.
Same thing with tearing
crack.
down Detroit.
Yeah.
This motherfuckers who smoke crack didn't tear down Detroit at all.
Right.
And the motherfuckers who was selling crack didn't tear down Detroit. It was those abandoned houses and homes of people that left and went to other areas, and the banks wasn't replenishing that shit as fast. So now you got all these abandoned ass houses. What else you gonna get?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's a portion. But with crack, you had the dope boys, and then you had the killing, right? So now we got all this murder in the city. Like, come on, Troy. It was a lot going on, bro.
But let me ask you this: you the police, was crack the first drug in Detroit?
Hell no, but it was the cheapest and get you the highest,
The most
quickest.
attainable.
Was it drugs in Detroit prior to crack?
Oh fuck yeah! What's up?
I can step in. It was drugs everywhere. It was drugs here, but crack was a whole different fucking animal.
It
Crack-
was
I can
cheaper.
remember my uncle selling weed, and it was peace on the block. And then I can remember hitting 11, 12 years old, going to fucking basketball game, come home, and niggas done came through and shot the whole block up
Yep.
because they wanted that spot. You see what I'm saying?
To
Niggas
sell
didn't kill each other
crack.
for weed spots.
Well, I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why you saying that though, and what you saying is true. And here's what crack actually did. Crack divided crews,
Yeah.
right? So
it did.
early on, real hustlers, anybody who know anything about doing that shit will tell you there's rules, right? And we all got a boss. So early on in the game, there used to be literally organization,
Yeah.
right? So you work for a crew, and your crew had a boss, and he sitting down with other bosses, and that's how the shit worked.
Yeah.
Crack made workers
Bosses.
Bosses. Yeah.
Everybody
right.
get
So
money.
it took a dude that was normally his position was you had a job. Now you the boss.
Right.
He ain't been taught to be the boss.
Don't know how to handle
No different than any other corporate America job.
Don't know how to
Your
handle
ass ain't been trained. You ain't been through none of the understanding on how to be the boss. But all of a sudden overnight you the boss.
Boss.
And guess what happened to his crew? They started following somebody who didn't know the rules. Right? So now you done built a whole crew of motherfuckers who don't know nothing about this game.
Right.
So they jumping in and out of bounds without even knowing the rules.
And breaking. Yeah.
That's where all the shooting and shit come from.
breaking the alliances.
You now you mad. You at a club because you got $2,500 in your pocket. You feel like you that guy, and you fucking with a nigga with $2 million in his pocket.
Right. Right.
Yeah. And that shit was passed down from generation. Like, that was a generational curse.
Yeah.
That was one of them, bro. The dope game.
But like
And
you said-
if I'm a dope man, 9 times out of 10, let's just keep it a beat.
But like you said though, Troy, in the beginning, it was a fucking trap because that wasn't the way out.
Yeah.
The end
There was
result
no
to that
out.
shit was either death or fucking extremely long prison
Let me
term.
tell you something. The niggas who was really getting and listen, the guys that was really getting money, they kids ain't drug dealers.
True.
That was not a generational trap for them. The real dudes that was actually getting money, they kids became doctors, lawyers, and shit like that. They didn't become drug dealers. You can look the shit up when I'm telling you.
Oh, I believe it. I've seen it.
You can literally look this shit
I'm
up.
talking about the lowbrow nigga.
Eddie
I
Jackson-
didn't know nobody up there like that. All I know
Eddie
is-
Jackson was one of the biggest drug dealers in the city of Detroit.
Okay.
His crew, they all was $1 million niggas. They kids became doctors, lawyers. Courtney Brown, Mr. Courtney Brown, right? We talking about a man who, listen, man, I'm talking about, we saying about a generational trap, right? Okay, so dig this. Mr. Brown was that guy.
Okay.
Getting it. His son, today, that nigga damn near 60 years old. Still living like a 25-year-old.
Yeah.
Had the ability to do all of the things he wanted to do in life. Because you know what? His daddy, with that money, took the lid off that jar.
Okay.
So Courtney Brown Jr. did what he wanted to do. And he had a chance to experience and do things that nobody thought, you know, because coming from the environment he came from, he should have done.
But see, you saw it from that lens. My lens was different. I was like, even growing up in Detroit on the east side, when I became a police officer, I saw shit in that city that I don't think nobody should see. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't believe shit like that was really going on.
It was happening.
And it's so much shit that does not make the news. Like, everybody think all the shit that's on the news is all the shit that happened that day.
No.
Bullshit.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So I was seeing it. I see where you coming from. Sound like you was involved. But anyway,
Affiliated.
I was a police officer. So I saw the underside. Like, and all I saw was drugs, drug dealer, crack babies, and little dope boys trying to be like they daddy and hustling. That's what I saw.
It was a trap somewhat, but I'm telling you, not everybody got trapped is what I was
Not
trying
everybody
to say.
did.
You know what I'm saying?
But see,
It was
the difference is down here, it was so few that got to that level that they could say, you know, I'm running this shit, and that shit was short lived because motherfuckers was taking niggas out around here.
because
you know
they
what I'm
didn't
saying?
know the rules of the game.
I
Man.
know, because this has always been a city of people from every fucking where.
Yeah.
So you got cats coming from Miami, and they're like, oh, we want that shit.
Remember when you told me about the dope boy Nikes?
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck is dope boy Nikes? He was like, okay.
That was
tell
part
us
of the
story.
uniform.
Yeah.
The Nike Cortez, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah.
Our uniform was top 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Our uniform, we wore top 10.
Yeah, ours was.
And the
was-
Cortez, when I got to Kansas City, that's when I realized the Cortez was
Yeah.
the California way. Right?
Yeah,
So
that's what it was.
California
You see what I'm
cats
saying?
brought
We
the
was
Cortez
influenced by
out.
so many different things.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
The Cortez, the Dickies, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was
And it's
our
so
uniform.
funny. People see me in Carhartt shit. They'll be like, what you know about Carhartt? Like niggas from New York. I'm like, nigga, Carhartt is buried in Detroit. What the fuck
Right.
are you talking
Yeah,
about?
that-
Right.
we
It
was
was
rocking that
fucking
shit.
cold.
Detroit. Yeah.
When they was selling shit out there at Gibraltar Trade Center.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go all the way back to the early '80s,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
They was, hey man, you go to Gibraltar Trade Center, you get Carhartted the fuck out.
What?
And get a pager.
What?
Pager.
What?
Come up out of there with all that.
Hit me on the hip.
Hit me on the hip. 911.
But that is a trap, man. That I'm glad that the cycle broke because drug selling ain't popular no more.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
It
saying?
is.
See, the problem was for us in Detroit, the older cats. It's hard to say. It's real easy now to say, man, you know what? You shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't have boo 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 boo. It's easy to say that shit today.
Yeah.
But when your ass 14 years old and you seeing every day coming up and down the street, brand new cars, these niggas got big Donkey Kong ropes on and shit.
Right.
And they throwing little stuff at you, little homie, man, come holler at you, man, you know, boo boo boo. Man, it's
Yeah.
that's some
I
shit
get
that
it.
you gonna do.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're right. And it's
My daddy
easy.
didn't do that.
It's easy.
So when it comes to the generational part,
Yeah.
my daddy didn't never do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mine either.
My daddy, he was a hustler, don't get me wrong, but he ain't jump off the porch like I did.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So guess what? I made sure my son didn't never jump off the porch.
Not even a thought. I'll tell you what. My mama might as well have been a police officer. My first endeavor into the crack world, she found that shit the next day. She like, what
You
the
out
fuck
of
is
business.
this?
You out of business already.
Already. Shop closed.
I
Grand
hope you wasn't
opening,
on the
grand
front.
closing.
The most I ever did, I took some weed from that was probably about 10 blocks.
Okay.
Shot it over to my uncle right quick. Nigga, that was the longest 10-block ride of my fucking life. I'm like, oh, goddamn, I ain't gonna bro, it probably was about a $30 sack.
Right.
But I'm like, I ain't gonna never get out of jail.
I ain't ever. I'm
Oh,
fucking
my
Tony
life
Montana.
over.
I never
Yeah.
thought of no shit like that, man.
That shit was.
Hey man, when I hustle, I hustle.
You just
flat
ain't give
out.
up.
I'm gonna tell you something, dog. I made just as much money in college as dudes that was getting stupid money in my
Okay.
hood.
I
was brave enough.
That's the key.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, I stood on the spot a couple nights, and I was so fucking scared.
Ain't my bag, bro. That's not
It
me.
wasn't
I done
me,
hustled all
man.
night long before, dog. I done stood outside all night. I done stood outside literally 18 hours before.
I know cats who did that shit. I
That's
know
how you
cats
had
who
to do
did
it,
that.
But I was brave enough, man. When I got listen, man, I got to a college, dog. Everybody down there wanted to smoke weed and shit, right? And I'm like, damn, why everybody, literally everybody, trying to find some weed? Like, what the hell? How the whole city?
Yeah,
Don't
nobody
find no
got
weed.
nothing on campus.
I didn't smoke weed then. They kept on, man, you can just get us some weed, man. Ooh, ooh. So I knew some cats had some weed. So I went and got some weed and brought it back. Man, that shit.
Beginning of your career.
I said, man, it's that easy.
But it's so crazy now. Now we talking about that shit. Now the shit is damn near legal everywhere, and we got people doing fucking some serious time behind that dumb shit.
Yeah.
Now it's legal.
Yeah.
I caught a case when I first got to Georgia, man. And you know what? Shame on Georgia for even doing this shit to me, man. On the real. Shame on these motherfuckers. Look here, man. I first moved here to Georgia and shit, right? I ain't know too many people and shit. My homeboy turned me on to this cat. He said, man, you know, we gonna go, you know, I was trying to find some weed and shit. He turned me on to a dude. So after a couple times we done fuck with him together, I hit him up on a solo. Go holler at the nigga, man. I get there, knock on the door. I done turned another nigga on because, you know, again, entrepreneur type spirit.
Right.
So now I got, you know, I'm gonna break a two thing, right? So I go to the door, knock on the door, dude, open it up, I come in and shit. I'm in the motherfucking, man, about 2 minutes. Boom! Motherfucking police. They charged everybody in there.
Tell them
with
how
the
you
same
was
shit.
dressed.
I was at work.
So tell them what you had on when you went there.
A motherfucking suit.
You went to jail in a suit?
So you know what the police thought, right?
Right.
You
I done
was
got
the man.
motherfucking arrested.
You the man.
Nino Brown.
Man. Trying to buy 3.5 grams of weed.
Not a 50.
Oh my God.
I just left work. My plan was, it was Friday.
Right.
I'm gonna dip over here. I'm gonna hit this quick lick, grab my little, you know, my little thing, and the nigga who wanted some, so shit, I'm gonna make a couple dollars. I'm gonna hit my lick and his lick at the same time. Mm-hmm. Then I run up in the house. I ain't even damn near didn't want to turn my truck off. Like that's how fast it was gonna be.
Yeah.
I ain't get out of jail till Sunday.
Suited and booted.
And he motherfucking charged me with 22 pounds of weed.
Did you put? Wow.
Somebody, they want to put that shit on somebody.
They charged all of us with the same shit.
Wow.
And the nigga who house it was, we get to jail, he in there crying. We on Rice Street. They take us down to Rice Street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, we get to Rice Street. Rice Street fucked up. If you ever learn anything about
Boy.
the county jail in Fulton County,
You don't want to go to that. You don't want to go to
do
that.
not
motherfucker.
want to be your ass. Man, that's the nastiest,
the
raggediest.
best part about that motherfucker is
Woo.
you close to Magic City.
That's
it.
The best part about that motherfucker is making bond.
Yeah, that's the best part. The best
the
part is
fuck out
leaving
of
that motherfucker.
Hell yeah.
Ain't shit nice about that shit.
Nothing.
At all.
No.
So we in there in the bullpen, man, and the nigga who house that we just got arrested from, he in there crying. What the fuck is you crying for?
Right.
Tell it.
I knew then.
He about to tell it.
Oh yeah.
He telling. And
Yep,
sure
yep,
enough,
yep.
he told everything. So I had to cop out. They charged me with the shit because I refused to tell. Because the other nigga that was with me, man, shame on the nigga, and I forgot the nigga name. But the nigga was on a bank robbery. I can't make this shit up. The nigga was on parole for bank robbery, dog.
Wow.
I can't make this shit up. So he had a backup of 10 years. I tell the motherfucker, I said, look, man, I'm going to go and cop out to this shit. It ain't nothing but, you know, I'm going to cop out. They telling me 22 pounds. I'm going to cop to a pound.
Okay.
You know, I'll cop out and take all the shit. So hopefully they don't send this nigga back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I go cop out to this shit. I see his ass in the bullpen. They flex me any motherfucking way. They slammed his ass, even though I took the charge.
Wow.
They slammed him anyway.
Yeah.
And all he was trying to do was get a little weed.
Buy a little something, a little recreational. So look, the moral of the story, kids, when you leave work, break and change your clothes. All right?
Hey, when you leave work, hey, what I learned, man, is, hey, don't fuck with hot boys.
There you go.
For one.
Hello.
That's the
There you
start
go.
of it. You know, And be careful on what you're doing in life, because it's everything you do, everybody ain't gotta know.
And not only that, man, there's nothing new under the sun. We've
Nothing.
all done the bullshit, dumb shit, got ourselves in some situations that we shouldn't have got ourselves into. But I don't like growing up. I wasn't given the conversations I don't think I should have had from my parents, from my mother or my father. It was more like, God damn it, don't motherfucking do this and shit like that.
Well, I'll tell you,
like talk to me. Like if you talk,
I was
to
giving
me,
them,
see,
and I still did that
wasn't.
shit.
Damn.
So, you know what I mean? It's all about the approach too.
Yeah.
It's because when you like, oh, this is the way it's gonna be. This is the way, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I never did that with my kids.
Yeah.
Like I said, I let them stumble and fall, and then come back, and we'll fix that shit. Figure out how not to fuck up again.
Yeah.
Me on the other hand, I was just like, yeah, fuck that. You don't know what you're talking about.
ATL, baby.
ATL, ho.
But that's what we got now. We got a lot of them like, fuck that. I'm gonna do it my way.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna wrap it up because we got long-winded. Brother Troy, give us your final thoughts on this generational curse, or do you want to talk about what Vince's girl was talking about?
Yeah, we're gonna wait on her when she
Okay.
get here.
Okay.
Right. I ain't gonna trip on that right
Yeah.
now
Yeah,
because
that's gonna be
again,
good.
It's gonna be good.
But I really think the trap is, as parents, and as young ladies, as y'all have kids, take the cap off, because what you think and what you've done may not be their path, right? And I'm telling you, as a father of kids older than y'all, right,
And successful.
and successful in some ways. But what I'm saying is, I had to learn, take it off. You know what I mean? Let them dream. Because what I see today, and I think what's going to be the way they need to make a living, really might not be what's going to be tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody ever told us that the internet was going to be the way to make a living.
Yeah.
If you'd have told us this shit 25, 30 years ago, man, you can go get on the internet. But what the fuck is the internet?
Right.
You know
How
what I'm
the
saying?
fuck I'm gonna do that? When I'm gonna get my money, nigga?
Now look,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So my point is, we don't know what tomorrow gonna bring,
Yeah.
and don't limit somebody's thoughts because they got dreams that we don't even see yet. The shit that we dreamed about, they don't dream about that shit.
Nah.
They don't know about the Jetsons.
No.
Dig what I'm saying? They Jetsons is some shit that we ain't even thought about yet.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And that's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of it. We never know what's coming down the road. Never know.
So what say you on that?
I say we got to break these invisible lines.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Take the restraints off. Let these kids fly, man. Just because they want to do it a different way than we did it, ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? It's got to change. It's got to change. We got to start new. We got to think new. You know what I mean? Let some of that old shit go. Even though, like we said, ain't nobody recreating the wheel.
Nah.
But we gotta let these kids fly, man, and that's the whole goal. I mean, you gotta have a dream, and you gotta have something to reach for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, fuck the curse.
Yeah. And is it people using this curse shit as a cop out?
Yep.
You know,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like
Yep.
some bullshit.
My
Like,
daddy wasn't shit, so I ain't gonna
ain't
be
gonna be
shit.
you know
shit,
that
right.
bullshit.
Yeah,
right
that's some
there.
bullshit.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah, yeah.
right.
So my thoughts on that shit is be who you want to be and like strive for fucking greatness. Don't be fucking worried about what people think. Dude, fuck people. I mean, seriously, when you going for what you going for, fuck people. Like, worried about yourself. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, when you, as my child or a young adult, don't do shit that's gonna impede on my life as your parent. Like, we're not doing that. Like, don't be going out here doing crazy shit and doing dumb shit and making bad decisions, and that shit got to fall back on me.
I gotta
because
clean
that's
it
not
up.
fucking fair.
I gotta clean it up.
Because none of my shit is falling on you.
No, I did my fucking up.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and it didn't involve you
At all.
So that would be the only thing I would say about that. But hey, man, I appreciate y'all brothers for falling through.
Now hold on, man.
Got big-
Before we
Uh-oh,
can't get out of here.
what we
yet.
got? What we
Hold
got?
on. We got a big giant ass elephant like
What?
this little motherfucker, Cat Williams, man.
Oh, I didn't know if we wanted to do that, but
Hey,
I
That
am
little
down.
dude then went the fuck off.
I'm going first. Fuck.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I moderate this one.
Okay,
go
Because
ahead.
this some
That
funny shit.
Nigga is full of shit.
You
Now,
think so?
I'm not
This some
gonna
funny
say
shit.
I'm not gonna say everything he's saying is not true, but if you've been watching, everybody's been coming on and saying he kind of right. It didn't happen like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the stuff that you can prove with the industry shit.
Okay.
Now this shit with you growing up and reading 1,000 books and running away with a Rottweiler and living in Miami, nobody can prove that shit.
No. We can't prove that he did actually run away at 13, 14.
Okay.
Actually, I want to tell you for real, I saw the shit. He did leave. He showed up in Miami as a 13-year-old, no doubt.
Well, what I know of, okay, so this
But this motherfucker ain't ran no 4.3. I'm stuck on that shit.
Yeah,
Ever.
And not
Nigga,
only that,
your little ass do not run no 4.3. You damn near 50 years old.
That's
Right.
what I'm saying. Not
Right.
only fucking that, bro. You sitting here and you talking about, you know, all these successful people that are more successful than you. So it comes off a way,
It does.
especially to me.
It does.
I don't
It
know if
sound
they're
like
more
you kinda
successful than
hate.
him, honestly.
Low
Low
key.
Because I'm going to tell you right now.
What?
Nah, I'm going to keep it real, man. That little nigga that made a lot of money, man.
Hey, but you know what though? He did say one thing that I agree with, and I told y'all this. Fuck Luda.
You
said that shit a while back.
Shame.
But I mean, you know what's funny, man? And hey, man, this is what I got a problem with all of them that he talked about. If any man, and hey, y'all better look at me right now in my eyes. I swear to you, dog. If any man ever came to me and said, "I seen you coming up out the gay room at blah blah blah," I'm gonna tell him face to face, you's a motherfucking lie.
Right.
And if I get a chance to see him face to face, I'm gonna blow your motherfucking jibs out. So if
Now,
you respond,
I agree with that,
you respond with a rap
With a
song,
rap song.
But see, y'all saying
And you
that,
never said
okay. Y'all saying
you's
that,
a
but y'all
motherfucking
not,
lie?
Y'all
Hold
not
on,
in
dog.
Luda's shoes, man. He got too much to fucking lose.
so why bust a rap?
What else can you say? And that shit was trash.
You a fucking
Nah,
lie. That's
it
what
was
you
trash.
said. Shit.
It was trash.
You just said like 1,000 words, motherfucker. Just say couple.
Nah,
You a motherfucking lie.
Right.
It was trash as hell.
Oh yeah.
It was trash as fuck.
Oh, yeah.
But what I really didn't like, you talking about people wives and shit. I don't like that shit.
Yeah, that was kinda-
keep the family.
That's his immaturity.
Yeah.
Right.
Keep the family out the
and you know
bullshit.
what? I shouldn't say his immaturity. That's the part that he ain't really speaking on. Maybe you know some shit
Because he
about
don't.
that.
But not only
What his
that,
ass didn't speak on was that little boy slamming his motherfucking ass.
beat
out
his
there.
ass down here. See, that's what a lot of people don't know. When we
speak
used
on
to
that
wake
shit.
up to the news every fucking morning, see this nigga going to jail.
Wildin'
Every morning, we like, why is this nigga going to jail now?
And then he said he don't smoke crack.
Come on.
Come on.
I said,
bro.
well, come on now.
We all know drugs,
Right.
And we know the effects of drugs.
And we know
If
the
your ass
behaviors.
don't smoke crack, you have some crackhead tendencies.
if I'll tell you this, if he don't smoke crack, he next in line.
Yeah, you
he just
close.
waiting his turn.
Yeah.
You did. Hey, you did something like
Yeah.
damn near like smoking crack.
Yeah.
You know, you was on
Yeah.
for your ass to go out here and get the body slamming little ass kids.
Trying to
First
body
of all,
slam
first of
little
all,
ass kids.
first of all, you 40-something years old.
Why are you playing with these folks?
You done rolled up to a football game with little boys playing football in
Why?
the. Now, if y'all ever been out there to Hall County, it's only one project out there.
Yeah.
I've been past. It's on Martin Luther King Boulevard.
Yeah.
Ain't
It's
all
about
the
4
projects on
buildings.
Martin Luther King Boulevard?
Yeah,
It's on.
yeah.
It's like 4 buildings.
That's
real
it.
shit.
I know.
So if you ride past and you see a bunch of little kids out here playing football, what make you think I'm 40-something years old driving this big ass Rolls Royce? I'm gonna get my ass out this car and go. First of all, I'm 5'1",
Right.
145 pounds.
Right.
I'm gonna get out my car and go play some tackle football
With these big ass grown
with a bunch of 16, 17-year-old kids.
The fuck.
What the
Yeah.
fuck?
That's definitely some crackhead behavior, sir.
Because I know all I'm saying is, man, like maybe some of that shit was true. I don't believe.
Now I think some of this shit was true, man. Because ain't not one of them. Literally, only motherfucker that showed up and said, "You fuck you, I'll whoop your ass," is Trick Daddy.
Yeah.
But the only thing about that is, are y'all gonna believe him if they said it?
Well, at this point,
At this
they
point-
all
and you
responded.
know what, though?
Every last one of them
People
responded,
only-
but they
people
didn't say it
only
wasn't
believe
true.
the people they like.
You know what though? Some of that shit can't be verified. That joke stealing shit, and that's serious to professional comedians.
But
you understand what I'm saying?
Don't we all just pass jokes along?
Yeah, but I'm saying when you're a professional comedian and you got a motherfucker who's in the same job as you, you know what I mean? Your job is telling stories, and when this motherfucker come and tell the same exact story,
Okay, so is he mad because he told it better? Because his was better.
yeah,
Says was way better than his shit. To
And
me.
you know what? Honestly, it was a little bit of. Now, again, that's one of them things where I would borderline with that one because Says joke wasn't the same joke.
It wasn't even.
He kind of flipped it. You know, he might have took the basis of the joke.
Yeah.
And again, that's comedy, right? So
Yeah.
every night I'm learning, I'm working on new material, you know, and shit, I done stole a little some of your shit and stole a little somebody else. You know, I can dig that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like I said, everything that he said wasn't true. I don't believe.
Right.
Again, I'm gonna try to get back to the very shit that I know we can for sure bring some facts to.
The Dr. Seuss
Your
shit.
ass is 40-something years old. You do not run no 4-3.
Right.
And the Seuss family owns everything Seuss,
Hey.
not Disney.
From now on this podcast, y'all refer to me as Cat in the Hat.
Well, your ass gonna get sued by Disney, so you should be straight.
Oh
But
shit.
the little dude did. He heated some
He
shit
aired
up. Man.
out
Maybe he got a new comedy show about to come out.
He got something.
Hey, end of the day, he broke the internet.
Yeah.
Oh, he broke the internet.
He broke that
Telling
shit.
though. Do you know how much shit I know about people and motherfuckers know about me that they just gotta die with and I'm gonna die with? Because I'm just not, I don't give a fuck if we never speak again, we fall out. I'm not telling it. I don't give a fuck. I'm dying with it. I don't understand. I don't, like you said, maybe he got something coming.
Maybe. I just don't like that whole gossip shit anyway.
Yeah, it's trash.
Well, he came
Yeah,
off as if he tired of people lying about different shit. You know what I'm saying? So he came off as if he gonna fix the line. You know, so I'm
That
like,
shit
all
ain't
right.
gonna ever happen.
Well, all I'm saying
Oh,
is
now you gonna fix that
I've
shit.
watched a couple Cat Williams specials and I've never laughed.
Okay.
No, I ain't gonna say that.
I ain't
No,
gonna say
I'm
that.
dead ass.
I ain't
I'm
gonna say that.
dead
Nah,
ass.
the little
one
nigga
with
is
the
funny.
green
I
jacket.
laugh.
The one with the green jacket.
Yeah,
that
what
one
jokes was
funny.
that I was saying?
He
I
pretty
laughed
damn
at.
funny.
It was I laughed at that. I forget what fucking joke it was.
I will
But
laugh.
dude,
But I can say the same thing
I
for Kevin
bypassed
Hart.
all this
Smoking
I can say the same
That
thing
was
for Kevin Hart. Them last few, bruh, come on. I
The
watched that
last
whole
one was better than the one before. The laugh at my don't fuck this up or whatever.
some
that
shit
was.
where he did it in
Nah,
his
so
backyard.
again, what he said
yeah.
about Kevin Hart, you heard Kevin Hart came with a different response, right?
Yeah.
But he never denied what Cat Williams said.
But ain't nobody kicking his back end either. They can't do that, bro.
But here's what they all won't nobody deny, and they know is a fact. He funds all of his own tours.
Yeah.
He funds all of that shit himself.
Yeah.
You
All
got
of
to
those
when you
shows,
burn bridges.
he funded them. So that means he owns 100%
Of
of
his
the
shit.
masters.
Yeah. Of his shit.
Nah, they
look
don't
at
talk
what-
about that
but,
part.
But look at what you could do if you had funding. You could go bigger.
He don't want no
bigger
funding. Though.
venues.
That's what he's trying to tell you.
I get that,
What
man.
he's
But
saying is, I would rather be independent and doing it my way than have somebody else telling me what to do and how to do it.
yeah, but see, but even like what Kevin Hart said, like he talking all that shit, but he ain't telling everybody all the bridges he burned and how he fucked over people and how he didn't show up to shit he was supposed to show up to, and he was high and drunk at a lot of things. Like he's like, I don't even want to sit here and tell this shit, but I'm tired of him fucking telling the story the way he want to tell it. No, motherfucker, you was a piece of shit out here and you treated people bad because you got high on the horse. Because he rose up quick.
Yeah.
Money Mike, hey, everybody was in love with that nigga at the fight.
Hey, but people say the same thing about Steve Harvey.
Yeah.
They talk a lot bad about Steve Harvey, man.
You know, how he fucked people over and how he was just an all-out asshole.
Yeah. Well, all I know here,
And he didn't defend himself either. He didn't say shit.
Nothing.
He left
Nah,
it at that because the truth is that
He got too
he
much
said
going
was
on.
true. He had
Yeah.
a beef with Bernie Mac. Them niggas was beat. You know,
Yeah.
he was
Yeah.
fucking over Bernie Mac.
Yeah. That's
You know
what killed
I'm
the
saying?
kings
So
of
he spoke
comedy.
on- and he did steal Mark Curry's shit.
He did.
yeah,
I mean, if you just look at the TV show,
I
the
mean,
shit,
yeah,
if you just
you're
look at
right.
it, you can see.
yeah.
He did.
So,
But see,
he
that's
was
what-
saying shit that was true.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you one thing that he said that was true. What he played with the word game. So Joe Torre, right? You know, he did the comedy show out there in California. He had the
Okay.
comedy station or whatever the fuck it was called. He did have Steve Harvey and Cedric the Entertainer both come there, but they never performed. But they did come and show support, you know, and that old shit. So when he said, well, you know, he made this interview, you know, he made this whole documentary about them showing up and blah blah blah. They didn't perform, but they did show up.
Okay.
So it was kind of a word, you know, thing with that. The point is, you brought up a lot of shit, exposed a lot of shit,
Right.
and obviously he don't give a shit because he ain't running.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it is interesting conversation. You know, that's what it comes down to. It's very interesting conversation because some of this shit he's saying is true.
Yeah.
Some of this shit is a little crazy, but a lot of this shit is true.
Yeah.
You know, and the Illuminati shit,
Hey.
this gay shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's one thing stuck to me. If anybody, hey man, if you come on TV and call and say you seen me with some gay shit,
Right.
and I know for a fact that you lying, I'm ready to fight.
But guess what? You my boy. So if you gay, I don't give a fuck.
But the bottom line is, if somebody come out and say, listen, man, I seen you coming out the room with blah, 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 blah,
Right.
and I know that shit is not true.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm
I
gonna
feel you
call
on
that shit the fuck
I feel
out.
you on that.
Now, if the shit true, I'm gonna bust a rap song.
Oh, man.
I'm gonna start rapping, goddamn.
Hey, and I tell you what, I don't care if this shit we doing ain't ever successful. I'm not wearing no fucking dress to make it successful.
No, it's not, nigga. If we got to be the husbands in drag, it's not
Hell
gonna fucking
no.
happen.
Not happening.
I get you. Wait, hold on. What if somebody come? No bullshit.
Come on.
What
I've
if
been waiting on
somebody
this.
come?
I've been waiting on this.
And I got them. I get an email. Hey man, we willing to invest $10 million in the Husband Show podcast. We gonna set y'all up sweet as hell.
What if it's P. Diddy and y'all gotta do a boot camp?
Oh, fuck P. Diddy. Oh, you don't know the history. You don't know the history.
just tell y'all this.
Yeah, I
She
kick
didn't
that
say
nigga's
it down.
ass
He
on
feel the
sight.
same way about Diddy that I feel about Luke.
Because we met these niggas in person and
Right.
they assholes.
I ain't broke.
Huh?
I ain't broke.
Me either.
I'm never
So
gonna
I'm
do that,
not
bro.
gonna
I'm
kiss
not saying
nobody ass. I'm not
I didn't say
gonna
that.
do
I
no
didn't say-
shit.
I didn't say that.
Fuck
Bro,
they
you
$10
didn't
million.
even let me finish what I was saying.
Fuck they $10 million. Cause
So
you know
put a
what?
dress on and just sit here and chop it up.
Fuck they $10 million.
Fuck that
I'm not
shit.
broke.
I'm not doing it. I'll bring my wife on. She can sit here with. She can change dresses in the middle
Yeah,
of this
I mean,
shit.
dress you wanted to wear. I got a beautiful wife.
I picked the right guys.
Fuck they $10 million.
Nah.
Hell
Because
nah.
it's a thing in Hollywood that getting a black man to put a dress on is emasculating, and we already have a strong presence, so they want to see us like that.
Right.
I told you,
They-
man, I jumped off the porch when I was 12, 13 years old.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck how much money you got. That's the way I think in life.
Cause I'm gonna hear the echoes of my uncles in my head. Like,
Oh
nigga, what the
my
fuck?
God.
You know what I'm saying? I told you I
Oh
couldn't
my
even sit a certain way when I was a little
There
kid.
ain't
Nigga.
very many things in
Nigga.
life that I ain't had it right now. I done drove damn near every car I ever wanted.
I feel you.
I done lived in the kind of homes I want to live in. Like, fuck your $10 million. Flat out.
Okay. What about a dashiki, like, you know, the long African dress that the men wear?
I'll rock one of them.
Yeah, I mean that's
That's
yeah.
a dress, niggas.
Throw
But
me
that's
10.
semi-religious.
No, they ain't no dress.
Ain't no dress.
Because I'm going to have on some pants and shit up under it. It's like them motherfucking
Hey,
Africans
and
do.
if I don't, I'm gonna sit just like this, motherfucker. Just like this.
I'm not walking around looking like a
Yeah,
woman.
I've never.
For no
I
amount of
can't
money.
sell out.
Fuck
I can't
that.
sell out, and we don't have to.
No.
We don't have to.
No.
But all right, y'all. I appreciate everybody for falling through. Got the youngins in the building. Blue on the boards. Trouble T. Roy, Big Vince. They not putting on dresses for none of you motherfuckers.
Not even Tyler Perry.
I don't.
Not even Tyler Perry.
Well, you put on a dress for him, he probably gonna take you out. No, I shouldn't have said that. I did not mean to say that. That was a fucking joke. My bad.
Oh shit.
All right, we appreciate y'all for falling through. Once again, I'm Perry.
I'm Trouble T. Roy.
And it's your boy Vince.
Peace.
Peace.
In the game, they know that I'm a ball. Working around the clock, so I ain't never taking off. And I'm working this hard for a reason. Been a minute trying to make it right. Saying, baby, this is our season. No, I ain't taking